Hey there, everybody. Welcome to my Chevy SSR polishing episode. I thought I'd share some of the stuff with you. I've had a few people ask me, what is it you use in your Chevy SSR to make that paint so shiny like that? It's 20 years old and red in Arizona. Paint doesn't do too well when it's red here in this 120, 15 degree heat if you're out in it. And this is my daily driver. I use it every day. So I like to take care of it once a year, go through and polish it up and get it nice and shiny. But what I usually do here, and you see me wiping things down, is I have some spray-on synthetic chemical guys um, detailer, and I go through and spray it on the towel. I've already clay barred it and washed it with the maxi suds that I use to wash the truck. But I go through and wipe it down and make sure all that dust is off it. That particular granite here can be really hard on paint, especially if you leave it on there and then try to wax your car. It'll scratch everything to death. So here I'm going to clean the pad. This is a wool pad from Adams. It's a combination wool and another synthetic material they use, and it's just a wonderful piece of work. The traditional wool pads are too aggressive most of the time. They'll leave so many swirl marks in the paint, and it's really hard to get out. Then you're really stuck looking at it going, man, I never get these swirl marks out. Then you're buying every single different polish known to man. And it's a swirl correction stuff. So don't do that. Just get a nice wool pad like this, combination wool pad, and use that. So yeah, so I'm using the 3M Part 1. It's I think it's 30960 is the part number. Anyway, I'll have a list of those at the end of the video. You can go through and see what I use. I'm just going to hit the peak of this fender and just take my time with it. Go through and not try to rush it. I'm spreading it out is what I was doing there. I was spreading out the rubbing compound. I'm not a dot guy unless it's on a real flat surface. I like to just put a little spring of wax on it, rub it around when I need it, and let the polishing wheels do the work. But you just take your time. Just don't have to rush through here. Just I'm not pushing real hard. It's just my thumb barely resting on the end of that machine. My hand's got it real lightly. My right hand holding it, and I'm just being mellow. Just let the wool pad do all the work, and that nice 3M rubbing compound, which is my favorite. I've used a lot of different types of rubbing compounds in the past, but this combination on this wool pad works really well if you've got a lot of spider webbing and like I said, daily driver. I do wash it. I don't do car washes with it, but I do wash it, and I have the sudser and the wand, and all the water is all filtered beautifully, so I don't get hard spots on it. But it does get scratched up over time, and it's just a normal thing when you're trying to work these cloths around on there with that outside environmental particulate dust that gets on. So here I am just kind of wiping that hazy glaze of that step 1 off. And I noticed here in this video I was going to grab the step 2, but I ended up grabbing another machine, and that has an orange pad on it. That's typically what I'll do to get rid of the rest of any of the wool swirls, if there's any at all, uh, that wool pad might leave. It's actually pretty good. It doesn't leave a lot of those, but I'm a perfectionist, so I like to make sure it's right. That should have been the part 2 of the 3M stuff, but I grabbed this bottle and I went to a hex pad that's made by chemical guys. It's the orange pad. Still, it does a great job. And I think after I got in here, I realized what I'd done. I went back, changed the pad, put the step 2 on it, and then went over it. But even just doing that, I will tell you that the results of just changing the pad and using that same compound was really quite remarkable. So I don't know what I'm fiddling with here. It looks like I'm fiddling around with the plug, trying to get it to stay on so it doesn't come unplugged. They have little wrapping pieces around the end of these cords, and I use those to tie on to the electrical extension cord that comes out. You can see it hanging down on the ceiling in the background there. So in any event, yeah, I don't like those coming unplugged, as you know. So I got that tied off, and again, just taking my time going over this. Um, when I get done here, you'll see it, it'll give you the thumbs up and tell you how great it looks. But after I'm done here, then I'll make sure it's all cleaned off again, wipe it off with that one of those red soft towels, polishing towels, and then I apply the 3M, or excuse me, not the 3M, but the Chemical Guys uh, hard care wax. It's a 3X Carnauba paste wax, and I am a little bit old school in that effect. I really prefer that hard Carnauba wax. It lasts quite a while and it puts one heck of a nice deep shine in it when you're done.
Yeah.
So that part's done, and yeah, I'll just move on and I'll wipe it down a little bit more. You'll see me standing up here, and you can see how old and bald and fat I really am. Where have the years gone? And there's the finished product, and I've gone over it with the 3M stuff. Betty approves. She's my little shop buddy that helps me with all that stuff. And that's really kind of what I do. There's all the different compounds I use, the wax, the wool pads, the orange pad, the car wash soap, the quick detailer, and it's all good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great rest of your day.